So I want to start with Rita. And Rita has been introduced. She is one of the most successful motor companies in the region. And we want to start with you, Rita, to tell us your journey. How have you made it to become a CEO? What are your experiences as HR professionals? Have we played any role in your success? Let's start from there, Rita.
So thank you very much, and I'm happy to be here among HR professionals, because I consider myself one of them, because in the process of growing to be a CEO, I have had an opportunity to learn a lot from the HR leaders who have been part of my growth. So my story can be long, but let me reduce it to from the time I was recruited, because that relates with the HR. So I'm a teacher by profession, by the way. So anyone can be a CEO of a multinational company that is very engineering in nature. And I was a teacher teaching literature and Kiswahili, as well as religious studies. And I have been able to be a CEO of an automotive company. So anyone, let's start from there, has a potential to grow to be a CEO. So I took my CV to Hawkins and Associates, the role of recruiters, in helping organizations to get the best talent to place in the job. So I did the preliminary assessment at Hawkins and Associates. Those who are of my age, they can remember who those guys were. And I went through a very rigorous process of interviewing, and I ended up at General Motors in the sales organization. They called it the direct sales organization. And in the course of my work selling vehicles, I was quickly noticed as an employee with potential, because in the way I did my work and in the way I looked at the organization, even though I was in sales and marketing, I was very much curious about the entire organization. What does procurement do? What does engineering do? What happens in finance? And in my very early years of learning the job, I did road shows. I didn't want to call. I walked. And I quickly understood how the organization, how the different parts play together to make the complete. I was never engaged in sales and marketing conversations only. I was curious. So the organization HR role was quick to identify. First, normally you are identified by your supervisor, the people you work for. And then maybe in those conversations of leaders, they say so-and-so has potential. That is an employee to watch. So you find yourself ending up in the list of high potential employees. So quickly I got into high potential. They realized I had more capacity than the job I was doing. And after learning the entire business of knowing a vehicle, the engineering, the different aspects, getting a bit of expertise around how to sell a vehicle, for instance, I was quickly shifted to other areas. So I was in Nairobi, I was assigned to different areas, and HR played a role in those placements, I guess, to stretch me a little bit and see how I can navigate in different environments. Within 1 or 2 years, they realized, she's got more than she's been able to deliver some good results. So I was brought back and I was promoted to be in charge of sales for the entire of Kenya. A few years later, I'm being developed. I am taken for different courses on personal growth. I am sponsored to do a master's degree in business, again, through those feedback sessions that you guys are excellent at. And I'm growing. And now I need to face the bigger company. So I was identified as future potential leaders from all over the world. So creating a pool of potential leaders of our company who can be placed in many areas of operation. General Motors had over 150 global operations. So I went to Detroit. I was taken to Detroit to meet with fellow leaders potential leaders from all over the world. And I remember I was in this big room and we were told to stand up. Where are those future potential leaders of the company? Can you rise? And to me, it was like an initiation process, like you are being invited to a special club. Remember, as HR practitioner, you need to tell your people who have got potential. Sometimes you have identified someone, they have potential, but that person doesn't know. But being taken to that forum, it was clear to me that the company recognizes my effort and that I am in that pool of future leaders of the company. And from that time on, I was on an accelerated development program. I was being coached. I was being shipped out of Kenya for stretch assignment. I was being delegated to do some roles. So there was a lot of development, not only in terms of the sales and marketing function, of which of course I had a global lead in sales and marketing, where all our training and development of us resided. So if I have to have a sales and marketing job in Thailand, then I have an opportunity to be shipped through my functional department. And also now leadership, specific leadership development training tailored for leadership. So after that, then I went to work in South Africa. While there, they wanted to keep me, but I said, I don't want to stay there. I want to come back to Kenya. I came back to Kenya to the position of CEO. So HR has been part of that placement into these places, accelerated leadership, psychometric tests, personal development. How can you lead? As women, we go through biases, microaggression. How do you handle that? How do you deal with that? How do you deal with regulators and all that? All that training was part of my journey to being a CEO. So HR was in the middle of all that. Namona Wasike, yuko hapa. You can ask him. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And congratulations. That's a long journey. I had to clap again for Rita.